Okay, I've been thinking about this meal for a very long time. And of course, I'm going to use the Tuscan chicken, but this is the most important seasoning, I think, for this dish. So it's going to be, well, it's chicken cacciatore, but made with partridge, because I don't have any chicken. Well, I'm sure I do, but I have partridge, and I prefer the partridge. So I'm just going to put a wee bit of olive oil in the bottom of the casserole. This is going to be cooked in the oven, by the way. And I've gone ahead and I've diced some celery, carrots, mushroom. I had a wee bit of zucchini, and I have some kalamata olives. And, well, you can use any olives, really, whatever olives you want, but I prefer the black olives. And don't forget to put some peperoncino, some pepper, bell pepper. So I'm just going to give this a stir to coat it with the olive oil. And now I'm going to sprinkle my seasoning on, because now my seasoning will adhere to the vegetables. So I'm going to put at least a tablespoon of the bruschetta. Now, the reason I'm using this, I'm sorry, I just took a big sniff there because it smells so delicious, is because of the basil. Because you want that sweet basil that comes through with the bruschetta seasoning. Now, I'm just going to use, that's about a teaspoon of the Tuscan burger, and as you can see, oh, maybe you can't, there we go. So it's just for the added flavors of, now you see when I'm now that everything's coated with the olive oil, look at everything gets a nice coating of the seasoning. Now, if you have a couple of these frozen tomatoes, go ahead and pop them in there. And I have what's left of my can of tomato, stewed tomatoes that I opened the other day. I think this is about half a can. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that here. I'll pop these two delicious partridge in here. And I think I'm going to put them this way. And I'm going to put this in the oven. It's going to be delicious. I just feel like sprinkling some more of that seasoning on here. So I think I will turn these little guys around. And it's those darn frozen tomatoes that are taking up all the room. But once everything's cooked, there won't be that much left in there. So I'm just going to sprinkle some of this Tuscan seasoning on top of my 2 partridge breasts. Now, if you want to do this with chicken thighs or chicken breasts, or I wouldn't use duck, but anyways, there you go. I'm going in the oven. Yoo-hoo. Was that hard or what? It took a couple of minutes, right? So we'll pop it in the oven and forget about it until later on. See you in a bit. Well, maybe I should tell you to put the lid on. Now pop it in the oven. Okay, I just decided I am going to put a wee bit of the juice from my olives, because you know the way I am, right? I love that juice, and I mean, it's just oil and water and the flavoring from the olives. So there it goes. Now it's going in the oven without a doubt. Well, it happened again. I forgot to push the play button or the record button. So anyways, I'm making focaccia with my trusty Tuscan chicken burger. But what I was saying earlier, before I pressed the record button, is I like to make some seasoned salt. So usually what I do, now Epicure used to sell these seasoned salts, and I absolutely loved them. I did keep the jar, and I usually at the grocery store, I'll pick up some coarse sea salt, and I buy some minced garlic from Epicure. I put half and half in the grinder, and I've always got some seasoned salt on hand. So I did put a little bit of the seasoned salt on the focaccia, and I'm going to pop that in the oven. I'm going to have some of this with that chicken cacciatore that's cooking right now. So I'll see you in a bit. So I decided to add, I had a little piece of that mozzarella fresca left and a couple of cherry tomatoes, so I added it on half of my focaccia. So I'm going back in the oven. Okay, let's check out our, oh, look at this delicious chicken cacciatore with, oh, if you could only smell this. Oh my gosh. So I will say that I'm going to serve this on some pasta. Look at that, perfectly cooked, and took a few minutes to do. I just want to pop one of these off so I can show you. Look at that. Doesn't that look delicious? Right? Oh, going to be so good. And remember those whole tomatoes we put in? There they are. I'm going to go ahead and break them up and look at that. Right. We need smell-o-vision. Okay, so I'm going to get the pasta cooking, and I'm going to let this set while we cook the pasta. And the focaccia bread, by the way, is in the oven. So we'll see you at the table. I decided to serve my chicken cacciatore or partridge cacciatore on some tagliatelle. So I've gone ahead and cooked that up. I've taken the partridge and removed it from the bone, just so it would be a little bit easier to serve up. Now look at this, all those delicious flavors, right? I mean, you cannot go wrong with this meal. So easy to make. I mean, it took minutes to prepare and then pop it in the oven, and there we go. And here's our focaccia bread made with some coarse salt and some minced garlic, and of course some Tuscan Chicken Burger. So I'm going to go ahead and dine, and I do hope one of you out there gives your meal an added boost with some delicious seasonings and herbs and spices. Bon appetit, everyone. Thanks for coming by.